Now on 4 News Now at 6, one property owner wants to redevelop, but it could force dozens out of their homes in Cheney. What one organization is doing to prevent that from happening.
A few sprinkles possible this evening, but I am tracking cold, wet, and windy weather in your first alert forecast. That includes some snow. I'll tell you about a possible weather alert day.
And the traffic nightmare will be returning to East Spokane. We'll show you the construction project that could cause major delays and how to get around it. You're watching 4 News Now at 6.
The fight to save homes in one Cheney neighborhood continues tonight. A rezoning plan that could possibly force them out of their homes has been under consideration, playing out in council meetings for several weeks now.
Well, tonight, neighbors who live in the North Cheney Mobile Home Park say they're hopeful with the possibility that one organization is considering helping to save their homes. Peter Choi has the story.
There's a plan under consideration right now to possibly keep these homes for neighbors in North Cheney Mobile Home Park. And people who live here tell me they're hopeful. And they said this plan could bring a sense of relief.
Supporting dozens of communities in Washington, the organization Northwest Cooperative Development Center was alerted to the housing challenges that Cheney neighbors are facing.
I attended a city council meeting a couple months ago and was made aware of what is going on.
Under a program called Rock Northwest, she says the center approached the landowner working to help residents keep their homes.
Work with owners and sellers of manufactured housing communities, put their park under contract. We go through the standard purchase process, and at the end of the day, the resident entity, the resident cooperative, purchases the manufactured housing community.
I think it would be fantastic. Spokane up in Meade has done it, and Cheney would benefit greatly from it.
And although the conversation is only in early stage, neighbors welcome this news.
I love the idea. I just love it. Even if my rent increased a little bit, I'd be happy to pay it.
What do you think about that plan?
I think if that's the plan, that would be awesome, especially with people like me that are single father that's trying to make his life better for his daughter. We got a lot of elderly people in here, and a lot of people just can't afford to keep getting kicked out and move to different places.
She says the program helps tenants with financing, funding over 100% of the purchase price, meaning they don't need to put up large equity, but are required to pay the membership fee, about $100.
And so until we can protect those residents and ensure that they are able to continue to live in safe and affordable housing, we all need to continue to work.
In Cheney, Peter Choi, 4 News Now.
Get ready to break out the heavy coats, or probably just a coat in general if you haven't been wearing one. We have more cold and wet weather on the way.
Our team of weather experts is keeping a close eye on the snow as it makes its way back in our area. Let's send it over to Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker about a potential weather alert day.
Yes, we want to give you a first alert about the possibility of some impactful weather on Saturday. It's a big travel day for spring breakers, as well as golf tournaments already happening and folks heading out to play soccer early in the morning. Snow, rain, and gusty winds Friday late night into Saturday morning, and the winds actually picking up Saturday afternoon, gusts to 50 miles per hour. This is across the entire inland Northwest. Heavy snow possible over the mountain passes in both directions. We have an unseasonably strong cold front that is coming through late Friday and into Saturday morning, bringing that snow particularly to North Idaho and the Washington Cascades. And again, the gusty winds picking up behind it. And we will not be done with the snow once that front passes. A continued chance of snow showers on Sunday. In the short term, we have a few sprinkles around the region. Here's a look at our satellite and radar. And you'll notice we've kept that line of demarcation between beautifully clear skies in the Northeast Mountains and North Idaho, and the overcast and light showers from about I-90 south. And Spokane and Coeur d'Alene have mostly found ourselves on the cloudy side of that line, and that will continue to be the case this evening. Mostly cloudy conditions, possibility of an isolated sprinkle or two. We'll be staying in the 40s until about 11 o'clock tonight. Some hints of sunshine in your Thursday forecast before we start to bring in that next round of wet weather. I'll tell you all about it in just a few minutes. Kirsten.
Thank you, Chris. New at 6, prosecutors building a case against the man accused of killing 4 University of Idaho students have told a judge that one of the officers involved in the case is being investigated by Internal Affairs. Prosecutors filed a notice saying the state became aware of a potential Brady Giglio material that refers to a constitutional obligation to ensure a fair trial and to disclose material that could impact a finding of guilty. Now, the prosecutor does not say what the information is, or if it involves this case specifically or just an officer who is involved in the case. We did try to get clarification, but because of a gag order, no one involved in the case can answer any of our questions.
Spokane police say they are one step closer to cracking a 40-year-old cold case. In 1984, 2 fishermen discovered a dismembered body along the shore of the Spokane River. Not knowing who she was, investigators dubbed her Millie. 14 years later, in 1998, they say a skull matching the DNA from Millie's body was found in a vacant lot. Over the years, detectives used genealogy and DNA technology to figure out who the woman was. Last month, police say they learned the woman was Ruth Waymeyer. They say she lived a, quote, vagabond lifestyle and stayed in the Spokane area. She was married to this man, Trampus Vaughn. Police say he did prison time before marrying Waymeyer. He died in 2017 in Sutter County, California. Detectives say they have not ruled him out as a suspect in Waymeyer's death. They're now hoping someone in the inland Northwest knew Waymeyer or Vaughn and could provide information on this case. Any tips can be called in to Crime Check. Find more information about this story. It's on our website, KXLY.com. The Spokane County Sheriff's Office arrested a man for starting this fire on Chronicle Road in Spokane Valley. Deputies say witnesses saw 31-year-old Michael Jones walking away from the vacant home moments before it caught fire. No one was hurt. Jones now faces second-degree arson charges.
We are now learning what triggered an intense standoff with law enforcement that lasted nearly 24 hours in Chelan County. It started yesterday morning in a house on Chumstick Highway near Windy Willow Lane. A call to the sheriff's office and a neighbor reporting Abel Wilkes was firing guns off on his property and then pointed one of those guns at a neighbor. Law enforcement surrounded the property and say Wilkes exchanged gunfire with the SWAT team. No one was hit, but the standoff lasted through the night and finally ended around 5 o'clock this morning. Wilkes was booked for second-degree assault. The SWAT officer who fired his gun is on administrative leave as other agencies investigate the use of force. Also new tonight, a bill that would make it a felony for an adult to help a minor receive abortion care is one step closer to becoming law.
The bill passed the Idaho House earlier this month and is now making its way through the Senate. If approved, it would be the first of its kind to outlaw interstate travel for abortion care. While it doesn't specifically mention going to another state to have the abortion, since abortion is illegal in Idaho, it implies that someone crossing into Washington or Oregon, for example, would be committing this crime. Anyone found abortion trafficking could face up to 5 years in prison. It would also allow family members of the preborn child to sue the provider who performed the abortion. The Senate has not yet scheduled its first reading on the bill.
The Idaho House also passed a bill that aims to clarify some of the language related to the state's abortion law. If approved, a woman could legally get an abortion if it is for the removal of a dead unborn child, an ectopic or molar pregnancy. That bill also heads to the House for consideration.
Be prepared for some delays starting tomorrow near the East Central neighborhood.
It's a familiar sight for a lot of people who live there. The Washington State Department of Transportation is starting construction in the exact same area that had construction delays for about 8 months last year. Here's where construction will begin tomorrow on the Thor Street Bridge that goes over I-90. If you use the bridge to commute home or to go to work, you might want to start planning ahead now. Our Ron Yakor is live with what you need to know.
Aaron, Kirsten, starting 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, the Thor Street Bridge will be going down to 1 lane instead of 3 as crews begin to repair the bridge deck. The Washington State Department of Transportation tells me a contractor will be jackhammering out old concrete and replacing it with new concrete. Once the concrete starts curing, which takes a minimum of 12 hours, they'll open a second lane up. WashDOT says the project coincides with work the city of Spokane is already doing in the area. Now, the entire project is expected to wrap up by noon on Friday. For those traveling south of Freya and wanting to avoid that construction project, you could take Altamont or Havana Street. But for those coming off of I-90 westbound and turning on Thor, you may want to plan for some extra time in your commute. In Spokane, I'm Rania Kaur, 4 News Now.
Well, students got hands-on experience with some of the equipment they would use if they went into construction. Why one woman says your kids should learn these skills even if their construction isn't for them.
And the former CEO of Starbucks grilled on Capitol Hill why he says the company didn't break any laws trying to prevent workers from unionizing. Coming up on 4 News Now at 6.
Four News Now on your time with Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
I like you right by my side.
Live with Kelly and Ryan.
If you've been looking for a new vehicle in the current market, you may be hearing things like extra charges, added accessories, or second sticker.
Not at Coeur d'Alene Honda. We make it easy.
We'll keep you posted till your new Honda arrives, give you a fair value for your trade, and give you a lifetime warranty at no additional cost to you.
Well, that was easy. Come meet the team and purchase your next vehicle at Coeur d'Alene Honda.
And don't forget about our lifetime warranty.
Call today for our available inventory and check out our website at cdahonda.com.
If you were to conjure your dream, like what would you be?
Tall. Next live. Kira Sedgwick and Harry Shum Jr. from Grey's Anatomy.
Watch live tomorrow at 9, right after GMA.
Tomorrow, nothing says spring on GMA like some epic deals and steals.
Talk about a spring fling.
Cozy must-haves for home, 50% off or more.
I got the big smile on my face
You
right now.
do?
And then Friday, the one and only Brooke Shields, live on...
Good Morning America. Coeur d'Alene Casino is celebrating 30 years and counting more than
200,000 bingo!
300,000 rounds of golf.
38,000 spa services.
1.3 million hamburgers sold.
4,000 concerts, promotions, and events.
Plus 3 $1 million jackpot winners.
And now, join us for our $300,000 anniversary giveaway. $60,000 will be given away each Friday in March. See Casino for details.
Happy 30th anniversary. Welcome home.
Home. It's both a place and a feeling. At yours, you strive to make new memories, create traditions, share stories, find the fun, embrace the surprises, and celebrate moments big and small. Memories are made at home, in every room, in every moment. Make your house feel like home at the Tin Roof.
Next ET, is Miranda Lambert ready for her Yellowstone close-up?
If I can play myself, which I am today.
Our certified country exclusive with Miranda in Texas, plus only ETs with Rachel McAdams.
Coming to this as a mom was very different.
How she's bringing a beloved Judy Blume classic to the big screen, and yes, Mean Girls musical fans, we asked.
Do you want to be in the movie?
I would never say no to Tina Fey.
Next ET.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30.
Those who knew and loved 3 students and 3 staffers shot Monday at Nashville's Covenant Elementary School are remembering them as shining lights in the community.
The police response that day, shown in body camera footage released by the department yesterday. Those swift actions by the officers who found and stopped the armed attacker are being praised by many. Mike Valerio is in Nashville with more on the investigation.
I know as sure as I'm sitting here that Catherine went down protecting those kids.
Her friend, Catherine Kuntz, was head of Covenant Elementary School, one of 6 lives lost in Monday's horrific shooting, remembered alongside Mike Hill, the school's beloved custodian, Big Mike to all the kids, and 3 9-year-old students. Evelyn Dickhouse, her family shattered, her pastor honoring her on Wednesday.
She's amazing, shining light.
Howie Scruggs, her father, the pastor of the church that runs the school, and their classmate, William Kinney. Substitute teacher Cynthia Peak, who was filling in at Covenant on Monday. She and Catherine Kuntz were both good friends of the wife of Tennessee's governor, Bill Lee.
Cindy and Maria and Catherine Kuntz were all teachers at the same school and have been family friends for decades. We will act to prevent this from happening again.
The fast actions of officers who charged in to stop the threat 14 minutes after the first 911 call are being widely praised.
There's no standing around the hallway talking about it, asking for extra equipment or more people.
We could have been talking about more tragedy than what we are. We had 6 innocent, beautiful lives that were taken, and we had officers that went in harm's way to stop this.
In Nashville, I'm Mike Valerio reporting.
We have a mix of sun and clouds on the way for Thursday. More clouds than sun, but a high temperature right about average. That'll be our last mild, pleasant day for a while. I'll tell you about some storms in the forecast after the break.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
4 News Now is brought to you by Pape Machinery.
Transitions works to end poverty and homelessness for women and children in Spokane.
Transitions moves lives forward by providing real change through programs like housing, job training, and safe spaces of welcome, respect, and community.
New America Credit Union is honored to partner with organizations like Transitions as they work to enhance lives, fulfill dreams, and build communities.
Check out more organizations that make our community stronger at NewAmericaCU.com.
Do you have a light that doesn't light, a switch that doesn't switch, or an outlet that doesn't work? We can fix that. Call Mainstream Electric Heating and Cooling.
Mainstream Electric Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Call 866-411-ZAP.
Like, we so amazing. The stylish Chevy Equinox RS. Like, and Chevy Blazer RS. So captivating. You don't have to be an influencer to be an influencer. The crowd go crazy. The RS family of Chevy SUVs. Definitely worth a follow. Get 2.9% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all Equinox models, or get $1,000 cash allowance on all 2023 Equinox models. See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
Some people say the metaverse will only be virtual. But firefighters entering a burning house will one day save time when lives are on the line. Visualizing a patient's most recent scan will help speed up decision-making in the ER. And while the woolly mammoth is still extinct, that doesn't mean students can't take field trips to visit them. The metaverse may be virtual, but the impact will be real.
I'm Chad Young from the Easy Home Buyer, and I pay cash for houses. If you own a house and want to sell it fast for cash, call us today for your no-obligation as-is cash offer. We buy houses in any condition, and there are no fees, no commissions, and no repairs. We buy houses with tenants, fixer-uppers, bare land, even haunted houses. Woo! Call us today or visit us online at theeasyhomebuyer.com.
Pick up the phone to inquire. Call the Easy Home Buyer.
Well, NASA says the weather is changing on Jupiter. These images from the Hubble Space Telescope show Jupiter's Great Red Spot. The spot is actually a gigantic storm that's big enough to swallow Earth, but it's shrinking. The agency says it could regain its size and then some if it merges with a separate string of recently visible storms.
Well, if they can figure out the weather on Jupiter, then I should have the next 7 days well at hand here in the inland Northwest. Here's a look at live conditions right now, and quite a contrast between Sandpoint, where it is sunny and in the mid-50s. In Spokane, we have been shrouded in clouds, little bit of clearing just in time for sunset. It is 47 degrees. We have been right on the edge of a storm. It's going to be more widespread as we get into the weekend. Showers to the south tonight, partly cloudy to mostly cloudy on Thursday. Then that rain and snow comes in late Friday into a cool, wet, and windy weekend. Here's a look at our satellite and radar right now, and you can see where we are right on the very northern edge of a much bigger system bringing rain and snow throughout the Intermountain West. Here's a closer view on the very light precipitation in progress. Only a few sprinkles possible tonight, and we could see some isolated shower development tomorrow afternoon as we get into those convective hours. Here's a look at our forecast radar. Starting off at the current time, we will be mostly dry tonight as that precipitation sinks off to the south and east. 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, fingers crossed for a little bit of sunshine, because there's not much in the 7-day forecast, so this might be it for a while. And then as we get into the afternoon, we see those showers developing late in the day. Here's 6 o'clock before we dry out again heading into tomorrow evening. Lows tonight will be down above freezing in most locations until you get to where those skies are staying clear. We'll be in the 20s in Colville, Bonners Ferry, and Sandpoint. High temperatures tomorrow will be in the 50s in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, 51 in Pullman tomorrow, 60 in Grand Coulee, and 62 in Moses Lake. Here's a look at your planning forecast. Friday, overcast conditions, and then we bring in that chance of a rain at first and then a rain-snow mix overnight and into Saturday. Saturday, a very unpleasant day, particularly in the morning where we're expecting some of the heaviest precipitation. It is a possible weather alert day. Still waiting for some more details to come into focus on Saturday, but because it is such a busy travel day, I want to keep you thinking about the past travel. Very heavy snow over the passes in both directions. On Sunday, the potential for some accumulating snow, even in the valleys on the grassy surfaces, with a morning low of 31 degrees, heading up to a high of 44. More snow possible Monday morning, and then a rain-snow mix Tuesday and lingering into Wednesday. Wednesday may be our driest day after tomorrow, with only a 20% chance of precipitation. So very busy and active weather starting Friday night. I'll be back in the next half hour with some Wildlife Wednesday photos for you. Beaver, we've got all kinds of swans and other cool animals from the inland Northwest. Kirsten?
You have my attention. All right. Thanks, Chris. Well, California is still recovering after another storm makes its way across the state. Governor Gavin Newsom has requested a presidential major disaster declaration for the areas impacted by storms since February 21st. If approved, it would provide eligible counties with housing assistance, food aid, counseling, medical services, and legal services. It would also help with ongoing emergency costs. So far, California has invested more than $60 million to the areas impacted by these storms.
In Mississippi, families are rebuilding after a deadly tornado tore through parts of the state, throwing debris more than 100 miles away. These before and after satellite images just show how much damage it caused. You can see most of the trees uprooted and many of the homes badly damaged. The National Weather Service says the EF4 tornado packed winds of 170 miles an hour and was on the ground for nearly 60 miles. 22 people were killed.
Still ahead, you'll soon be able to buy Narcan over the counter. We'll show you how to use it in case of an emergency coming up.
And why the Pope will spend the next few days in the hospital. That's next on 4 News Now at 6.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
No one does Truck Month like Wendell Ford, where our trucks are built Ford tough. F-150, Super Duty, Ranger. Some with bonus cash and interest rates as low as 0%. The best Ford trucks go fast. Wendell at the Y on North Division.
When you pull up in a brand new $85,000 GMC Sierra Denali, neighbors are going to notice, especially Gary. Don't make this weird, Gary. It's the Spring Into a Sierra giveaway at Northern Quest. Now through March 30th, play daily with your Cameras Rewards card, and you could have a brand new, fully loaded GMC Sierra in your driveway come spring. Details at northernquest.com.
University of Utah senior Lauren McCluskey repeatedly asked for help.
It was like getting hit by a baseball bat.
You have a powerful institution.
And you have the audacity to try to cover your ass.
Friday night.
A lot of troubling information was never public until now.
Never before seen surveillance video, exclusive interviews.
I'm sorry, I couldn't protect their daughter.
The stunning investigation.
Could Lauren's life have been saved?
Friday at 9/8 Central on ABC. Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning is your family-owned and operated #1 HVAC contractor in the Northwest. Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning would like to introduce our own carbon reduction program. Buy a new energy-efficient furnace from Bill's Heating and receive a heat pump with installation absolutely free. No hidden fees, no conditions, no exceptions. Buy a furnace, get a free heat pump from Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning. Call today for estimates and repairs.
Maybe spring weather isn't so unpredictable. Weatherproof your plans with the 4 News Now First Alert Weather Team. On air, online, and on the app. That's what we mean when we say, expect more.
No one does Truck Month like Wendell Ford, where our trucks are built Ford tough. F-150, Super Duty, Ranger. Some with bonus cash and interest rates as low as 0%. The best Ford trucks go fast. Wendell at the Y on North Division.
Ford News Now is brought to you by Mechanics Pride.
Over the past 18 months, Starbucks has waged the most aggressive and illegal union-busting campaign in the modern history of our country.
That was Senator Bernie Sanders grilling the former Starbucks CEO on alleged illegal union-busting tactics on Capitol Hill.
ABC's Faith Abube is in D.C. with why the former executive says the company did not break any laws.
Tonight, Starbucks CEO Emeritus Howard Schultz in the hot seat as Democratic senators on the Health, Education, Labor and Pensions Committee grilled him over the coffee giant's labor practices. Schultz appearing under threat of a subpoena, especially clashing with committee chair Bernie Sanders, a strong supporter of organized labor. The Vermont senator sharply accusing Schultz of leading an anti-union campaign while he was in charge at Starbucks until his exit last week.
Starbucks has waged the most aggressive and illegal union-busting campaign in the modern history of our country.
Schultz denying any wrongdoing.
Starbucks Coffee Company unequivocally, and let me set the tone for this very early on, has not broken the law.
The hearing comes as employees in nearly 300 Starbucks stores voted to unionize. A federal judge ruling just last month that the world's largest coffee chain has engaged in egregious and widespread misconduct, violating federal law hundreds of times, including threatening and retaliating against employees, firing union organizers, and closing unionized stores.
This fight is about so much more than just Starbucks. It's about the labor movement as a whole. It's about service workers as a whole and standing up for better for us.
But Schultz telling the committee while workers have a right to unionize, Starbucks also has the legal right to prefer maintaining a direct relationship with its workers.
We are 100% committed to fulfilling our obligations as an employer under the National Labor Relations Act and are committed to good faith negotiations on first contracts for each unionized store.
And Republicans on the committee generally praised Starbucks for creating jobs. One GOP senator calling the hearing a smear campaign based on allegations that are still under litigation. In Washington, Faith Abube, ABC News.
Around the world tonight, the Vatican says Pope Francis will be in the hospital for the next few days because of a respiratory infection. The Vatican also says that it is not COVID-19, but it will require a few days of medical treatment. We have much more coming up for you tonight at 6:30.
Including one local woman's battle with cancer, why her diagnosis caught her by surprise, and the warning you need to watch for coming up. Plus,
I'm here at Construction Career Days at the Spokane County Fairgrounds, where there's lots of heavy equipment like this backhoe. Coming up, we'll show you how hundreds of students were able to gain valuable skills for their future.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
It's time to replace your old tub with a new shower. But you don't want the hassle or the worry of getting it finished. You just want to pick a style and relax, knowing that it'll be wonderful when it's done. Is that too much to ask? No, actually it's not. Rebath, from start to stunning. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,250 off your complete bathroom remodel.
Hi, I'm attorney Jim Hill.
And I'm attorney Matt Russell.
And after 10 years of helping the injured people of Spokane,
Russell and Hill have won lots of awards.
But at the end of the day, only one award really matters.
The award we get the insurance company to pay you. Russell and Hill.
Back by popular demand, it's the Super 7-Day Sell-Off at Furniture Row. Shop today and save big throughout the store. Save on living, dining, and bedroom. Check out the budget-friendly Summit Firm for only $332.49. Plus, make your cash go further with 4 years no-interest financing. That's no interest until March 2027. But don't miss out. The Super 7-Day Sell-Off at Furniture Row ends Thursday the 30th.
911, what's your emergency?
I don't want to die.
Can you tell me your name?
My name is Gloria.
We're investigating the death of Gloria Nanmak.
Your investigation has become breaking news.
We know who killed Gloria.
Write it up.
How does free college or training sound? It's possible. Washington College Grant gives eligible people money for certificate programs, job training, apprenticeships, or college. Learn more at wagrant.org. That's wagrant.org.
Lessons learned.
Metro Police!
Next, Inside Edition, how Nashville cops did everything right in bringing down the school shooter. And what other police departments can learn from their bravery.
It's a complete 180 from the Uvalde shooting. There was no hesitation.
Then, the latest from the Gwyneth Paltrow trial. Who will the jury believe? The movie star or the optometrist? Next, Inside Edition.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7. Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
I think I was more in shock. I'm like, are you sure?
Well, that was the reaction one Providence employee says she had when she was told she has colon cancer. On Tuesday, 4 News Now first told you about colon cancer being on the rise, especially in younger adults. And today we're hearing from another patient affected by this diagnosis.
One medical assistant says that despite working in the healthcare field, all of that knowledge flew out the door when she was told she had cancer. New at 6 o'clock, Bronte Sorotsky joins us in studio with her experience battling the disease and the trends doctors are seeing with this type of cancer. Bronte.
Well, Jackie Swanson is a medical assistant at Providence Holy Family Hospital. As a healthcare worker, she helps people battling illnesses every day, but says that when she received her diagnosis, all of that experience became obsolete.
It's just different when it's you.
After receiving a colon cancer diagnosis, Jackie Swanson, a medical assistant, went from helping patients to becoming one herself.
No, it went out the window.
Jackie says she became concerned when she developed new symptoms like bloating, needing to use the restroom often, and experienced rectal bleeding. Those symptoms prompted her to schedule a colonoscopy.
Did everything I needed to do, went in, and I left with a cancer diagnosis.
One Providence doctor says if you experience any of those symptoms Jackie did, to see your doctor immediately.
That should prompt some concern include bleeding. So bleeding from the rectum within either in the stool or around the stool. If they are having changes in their bowel habits, either new onset constipation or new onset diarrhea, particularly diarrhea with blood.
She says there are steps that patients can take to minimize their risk of developing colon cancer, like eating healthier and drinking less.
Diet that's high in fiber. We know that if people do consume a significant amount of red meat or processed meats, that does put them at a higher risk. A moderate and heavy alcohol use also places individuals at increased risk of colon cancer.
Now, Jackie says she's recovered from her cancer, although it took removing a part of her colon. She says she's thankful it was caught early, something she wishes upon anyone diagnosed. Dr. Liu says because of a rise in younger people dying from colon cancer, hospital staff recommend that younger people with symptoms get colonoscopies, something they rarely recommended before. Live in studio, Bronte Sorotsky, 4 News Now.
Bronte, thank you. The Seattle FBI office is offering a $10,000 reward to help find a man from Omak. This is Chance Carson. Agents say he was last seen on February 20th, reported missing from the Colville reservation March 15th. The FBI says foul play is suspected in his disappearance. He's about 5'9", 180 pounds. He has tattoos on his chest, left hand, right arm. If you know where he is, call the FBI or the Colville Tribal Police Department.
Live look over downtown Spokane with an ominous-looking sky to the south. Just some clouds and a few sprinkles south of town right now. Here's a look at our satellite and radar, and you could see just how far to the north that precipitation has made it. Not very far. We're in southern Spokane County with some very light sprinkles. Also, southern portions of Kootenai County down into the Palouse, and that is where that precipitation will be staying tonight. A little bit closer view, you can see it's made it as far north as Spangle and Rockford, but again, that's about as far north as it's going to make as it pulls off to the south and east, leaving us with a mostly dry day for tomorrow. Here's a look at your Thursday planner. Our average high is 52. We're heading up to a high of 53 with the help of some sun breaks, most likely in the afternoon. We also have the potential for some isolated thunderstorm or showers, mainly over the mountains tomorrow. And then we get into Friday night. We have a possible weather alert day for a system bringing snow, rain, and gusty winds to the region, as well as some heavy mountain snow. Again, that is Friday night into Saturday. I'll have more on that and some Wildlife Wednesday photos for you in just a few minutes. Kirsten.
Thank you, Chris. Well, the school shooting this week in Nashville left 3 children and 3 adults dead. A new CNN analysis of CDC data highlights the crisis facing American youth. Chris Wynn is in Washington looking at that data and the debate over gun control.
Another gun violence tragedy in America, underscoring the findings of a startling new CNN analysis of data from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Firearms were the leading cause of death among children and adolescents in 2021 for the second year in a row.
Gun violence in America is simply at unacceptably high levels,
accounting for some 19% of deaths among youth aged 1 to 18. Nearly 3,600 children died in gun-related incidents that year. In no other comparable country are firearms within the top 4 causes of mortality among children, according to a Kaiser Family Foundation analysis.
We have over 350 million firearms in this country, and it's very easy to obtain them.
While polling finds a majority of Americans support the idea of stricter gun laws,
gun owners agree. We have to do something.
A divided Congress means more meaningful legislation is unlikely to move forward.
You want to legislate evil, it's just not going to happen. The laws don't work.
But Nick Saplina of the advocacy organization Everytown for Gun Safety says gun laws do work.
Across the board, states with strong laws have lower rates of gun death, and states with weak laws have the highest rates of gun death.
And says it's incumbent upon lawmakers to treat the issue as a public health crisis.
Until we take meaningful action, comprehensive action on gun safety, guns will remain the leading cause of death for children and teens.
In Washington, I'm Chris Wynn.
Getting your hands on a potentially life-saving drug will soon become a whole lot easier, with the FDA approving an opioid overdose antidote, Narcan, for over-the-counter use. The nasal spray will come in 2 4-milligram doses in case the person overdosing doesn't respond to the first dose. It will be sold in places like drugstores, convenience stores, grocery stores, gas stations, and online. One addiction psychiatrist says it's easy to use.
Step 1, check. Wake up. Step 2. Give first dose of Narcan. Step 3, call 911. Step 4, watch and give more every 2 to 3 minutes until the person wakes up. It's possible for a person to experience another overdose, even without taking more opioids. And so staying with them until the ambulance arrives gives them the best possible chance of survival.
The drug maker says the product is safe to be given to anyone, even children or babies. No word yet on how much it will cost. The drug maker says it will be available this summer. Hundreds of students received a hands-on construction experience at the Spokane County Fairgrounds. The construction industry is expected to grow by 4% over the next 10 years.
And these students had the opportunity to learn the skills they need to be in the industry, and those skills can also go beyond the job. Our Vanessa Perez has the story.
This is one of many equipment pieces students got their hands on at construction career days. Right now I'm using what's called a backhoe. It's the real experience. Students got a feel of what it's like to work in the construction field and even gain essential skills for everyday life. Hundreds of students traded the classroom for a day of all things construction. Companies and employees donated equipment and time to teaching the next generation about the skilled trade.
My experience has been amazing.
Caitlin's volunteering, but normally she's operating heavy equipment.
I come from a family of loggers, so I'm around machines, I'm around trucks, and so this is second nature to me.
She went to a career day like this one and received a connection that landed her an apprenticeship. She's hoping to sway students into the industry.
I want to get them interested in this so we can have more people in construction because it's an endlessly growing trade.
From operating heavy equipment to using power tools. Even if students don't pick up a career in the field, the skill sets are valuable ones to have.
Especially in this day and age, so many people want to do their own renovations, they want to build their own houses. Even if people are not utilizing these in their careers, these are essential skills to have. It's essential to be able to know how to fix something when it breaks. It's an adult skill that's really vital for our students to have as they go into adulthood.
Students from as far as Chewelah to local high schools receive the hands-on experience, sparking interest for a booming industry. Reporting in Spokane, Vanessa Perez, 4 News Now.
Coming up in sports, why Washington State basketball could be losing 2 of its best players for next season. That's coming up on 4 News Now at 6:30.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
4 News Now is brought to you by Rebath Spokane.
Granite Concepts brings your vision of new countertops to life in 5 easy steps. 1. Preview over 150 slabs on our website, then in person. 2. We'll professionally laser template your project. 3. We'll design your countertop by digitally plotting the most beautiful areas from your hand-selected slab. 4. We'll precision cut a perfect fit and customize with one of a variety of edge profiles. And 5. We'll immaculately install your new countertops in less than a day. Granite Concepts. Beauty set in stone.
Feeling this dynamic is invite only. Fortunately, you're invited. Experience the exhilaration of the performance line at the Invitation to Lexus sales event.
Bring them on. If only there was a place in the morning to start my day. With a smile, somewhere to help me get in the know. A place as spectacular as, well, me.
I think we might know a place, right, guys?
Bring your friends. Oh, wait, there is.
Good morning, America.
GMA, 7A, every day. Boom, boom, boom.
Good morning, Michael.
Good morning, Robin. Good morning, America. How are you?
Boom. Now that's how you start your day, people.
It's here. It's now. The Grand National RV Show. R&R RV North Spokane is hosting the Grand National RV Show March 23rd through April 1st. Shop over 120 RVs inside the West Coast's largest indoor showroom. Motorhomes, camper vans, fifth wheels, and trailers. The time to buy is now. The Grand National RV Show. March 23rd through April 1st. Indoors at R&R RV North Spokane. Special show pricing, giveaways, and food vendors on site. Visit rnrrv.com for more info.
Spokane's hottest music.
Break me for so done with you, girl. I've been popping, man, I feel just like a rock star.
Hot 96.9.
Watching Andy Griffith has one result.
Makes you feel good, don't it? Kind of a warm feeling right in the middle of your stomach. You know why you're feeling that way, don't you, boy?
'Cause I'm pooped.
Weeknights at 8 over the air on KXLY 4.2.
It appears Cup Noodles has gone too far. The company's releasing a breakfast version of their instant ramen. It blends the flavors of sausage, maple syrup, or syrup, depending on what part of the world you're from. Pancakes, eggs, all in a saucy texture.
Ooh,
the
saucy.
Soup-based ramen also contains visible ingredients.
Oh, you can see it.
Well, kind of like the chicken and the corn and whatever else is in those.
Right, chicken
ones.
air quotes.
Right. Okay, so it only sells for $1.39. Breakfast for $1.
Bad.
Yeah, you can find it now at Walmart stores and on the retailer's website.
I'd give it a go.
No.
Come on, why not?
I've got a college student, and I could see those stacked up in the dorm room for sure.
Breakfast noodles?
Yeah. Eat them around 1, play some video games.
I'd rather have spicy ramen in the morning than that.
Ooh, no, I would go.
Never know till you try.
I guess we may have to have a taste test.
We're going to have to find some. I hear the local Walmart doesn't have any yet.
Oh,
So
wow.
maybe, if you find some,
let us know.
let us know. Send it our way.
Oh my goodness. Let's do some wildlife photos, shall we? Starting off with a badger. They hibernate. Looks a little sleepy, maybe just waking up. Might want to go back to bed when it sees the forecast. Mark Boat shared this adorable photo of this little friend. Pretty good claws on a badger. I don't think they would hesitate to go after a meal with those. Speaking of sleepy, Marty Stowe captured this cow moose having a nice stretch in the sunshine after a snooze with her calf nearby. Gorgeous shot from Ron Burdick of some graceful tundra swans stretching out the wings there, again in the sunshine. Larry Crumpleman shared this photo of the sandhill cranes. They're migrating through right now, and the one in the forefront, you'll notice very different colors. He says that is from swimming in iron-rich waters. I believe him. That's what our white tennis shoes in Oklahoma look like when it rained because of the iron in the dirt there. And from Julie Marshala, adorable beaver on the Spokane River, healthy looking beaver. And Julie says, didn't mind her, let her take photos for about 5 minutes. We have a possible weather alert day. Still waiting on some additional confidence before we make it a weather alert day, but I'm beginning to think Saturday is going to be very impactful with snow, rain, and gusty winds throughout the inland Northwest. Friday night and into Saturday morning, and actually those winds will continue through the day on Saturday. It is a strong cold front. We're going to start this off Friday morning at 9 o'clock. Wet weather in the mountain areas throughout the day, and then we'll see that front moving through Saturday morning at 9 a.m. with some heavy snow over the passes. Behind it, snow showers, colder weather, and gusty winds. I want to give you an idea of what kind of travel conditions you're going to be dealing with because it is spring break. This is just an early look at the Idaho passes through Saturday morning up to 5 inches of snow over Lookout Pass. If you are headed to the west side, it is going to be even less friendly. There are winter storm watches in effect already. Snoqualmie Pass, over 7 inches of snow by Saturday morning, and that is going to continue through the weekend. Saturday, Sunday, both difficult travel days over the Cascade Passes. A weather alert day for Saturday. 47 for a high, and actually the wet weather comes in late in the day on Friday. Sunday could have some accumulating snow on the grassy surfaces in the valleys. 44 for a high. More snow possible on Monday with a high of 44, and then wet weather Tuesday starting to taper off potentially on Wednesday. Only a 20% chance of precipitation. So tomorrow might be our nicest day for a while with average temperatures and the potential for a little bit of sunshine. Kirsten.
Thank you, Chris. Lawmakers on Capitol Hill are looking into a possible TikTok ban. The social media app has more than 150 million monthly active U.S. users, including small business owners and influencers who really rely on the app for a major portion of their profits.
So where will all those users go if the app disappears? CNN's Shelley Malashi explains which platforms could benefit.
Creators, businesses, and influencers are finding themselves in limbo as Congress considers a ban on TikTok if its Chinese owners don't sell their stake in the app.
I have to continue to grow the business. And right now, TikTok is the platform that's been amazing. And I love, love, love TikTok.
Ella Livingston is one of more than 150 million monthly U.S. users on TikTok, using the platform to grow her chocolate business called Coco Asante.
We always know that a platform can be gone just like that. And so we are always prepared to pivot. And if it's not TikTok, it's going to be another platform.
And she's not the only one ready to move. Influencers who use TikTok as a primary way of generating revenue are already speculating about where they'll go next.
Here's a few right here: Clapper, Huddles, and Likey, to name a few.
So who stands to benefit from a possible ban? Experts say American tech companies with features similar to TikTok. Meta's Facebook and Instagram allow users to create 15-second video clips called Reels. YouTube has a feature called Shorts. Snapchat Spotlight highlights entertaining videos.
We'll be able to see
and even Spotify has a TikTok-like video feed with recommended music and other content. TikTok's parent company ByteDance is based in Beijing, and the push to ban the app is driven by concerns about national security.
There's an immediate threat via TikTok from the Chinese Communist Party.
Earlier this month, the CEO of TikTok said the Chinese government had never asked for U.S. user data, and even if they did, the company wouldn't provide it. For Consumer Watch, I'm Shelley Malashi.
Here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup tonight.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
It's the Super 7-Day Sell-Off at Furniture Row. Shop today and save big throughout the store. Save on living, dining, and bedroom. Plus, 4 years, no interest. But hurry, the Super 7-Day Sell-Off at Furniture Row ends soon.
Some people say the metaverse will only be virtual. But firefighters entering a burning house will one day save time when lives are on the line. Visualizing a patient's most recent scan will help speed up decision-making in the ER. And while the woolly mammoth is still extinct, that doesn't mean students can't take field trips to visit them. The metaverse may be virtual, but the impact will be real.
Look at this baseball field and this one. How about this one? Which one is next for a 4 News Now Extreme Team Diamonds and Dreams makeover? How about yours? Go to KXLY.com and tell us why your field deserves a makeover. Diamonds and Dreams brought to you by your hometown Chevy dealers and Horizon Credit Union.
It's buy one, get one month here at Mainstream. That's right, get a free furnace when you purchase an air conditioning unit. We'll even throw in a complete heating and cooling system check. Let us provide your family with comfort and happiness this spring. Call or visit Mainstream to find out more.
University of Utah senior Lauren McCluskey repeatedly asked for help.
It was like getting hit by a baseball bat.
You have a powerful institution.
And you have the audacity to try to cover your ass.
Friday night.
A lot of troubling information was never public until now.
Never before seen surveillance video, exclusive interviews.
I'm sorry I couldn't protect their daughter.
The stunning investigation.
Could Lauren's life have been saved?
Friday at 9/8 Central on ABC.
We know vaccines, immunizations, and boosters save lives. They nearly eradicated polio, protected our infants from chickenpox and measles, and kept our kids safe from whooping cough and meningitis. The best way to keep your family safe from these viruses is to stay informed about when to get vaccinated. If you have questions about vaccinations, like COVID-19 or the flu, talk with your healthcare provider today. Learn more at askyourprovider.org.
It's the Super 7-Day Sell-Off at Denver Mattress. Right now, get the Doctor's Choice Firm for only $664.99. Check out the Summit Firm for only $332.49. Plus 4 years no interest and free shipping.
Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right mattress.
More Americans choose ABC News, America's #1 news source.
Well, Washington State football continues spring practice. Welcome into sports. I'm Julian Minnesone. Now, we're about a month away from Washington State's spring football game, but if you ask head coach Jake Dickert, the team is nowhere near game ready. The Cougars will have their first of 2 spring scrimmages on Saturday to get them ready for that spring game at the end of April. The team says a lot needs to improve on before taking the field in any kind of game setting.
we had our first kind of team run emphasis period and wasn't happy with the physical nature of what we need to be to improve and to move the ball and run the ball, right? So, there's a lot of things that we need to work better at, but I like the flow of practice, and I think our guys are really expecting, what the standard is, and they're owning that.
Washington State's spring game is set for April 22nd at Martin Stadium in Pullman. Now, it's the scariest time of year for basketball coaches. This is when players enter that dreaded transfer portal, and it's already hit Washington State. Cougars star guard T.J. Bamba has declared for the NBA draft and entered the transfer portal. That means if Bamba doesn't make an NBA roster, he will return to school, just not at Washington State. Now, this is a blow for the Cougars as Bamba led the team in scoring and was an all Pac-12 honorable mention this past season. He was also the Cougars team captain. Washington State guard Justin Powell has also declared for the NBA draft, but he will keep his eligibility. Powell has until June 1st to withdraw from the NBA draft pool and return to WSU. Powell transferred to Washington State last season from Tennessee. According to Tobias Bass of The Athletic, Gonzaga guard Dominic Harris has entered the transfer portal. Harris appeared in 13 games for the Bulldogs this season after being injured last year. Harris is a former four-star recruit. And after a hot start to the season, the Washington State baseball team has cooled down quite a bit. The Cougars were on a 6-game losing streak heading into their matchup against Linfield College this afternoon. We start in the 4th inning. Washington State leading by a run. Elijah Hainline hits this one hard, 100 miles per hour, 109 miles per hour, I should say, off the bat as the Cougars take a 2-0 lead. In the 8th inning, Washington State with a big lead. Cal State Fullerton transfer Jake Harvey says, "Hello, Cougar fans." That one gets out in a hurry. And my favorite part of the home run isn't the actual home run. It's this little skip he has right there to home plate. Harvey, as you could tell, very excited as he hits his first home run as a Cougar. Washington State ends a 6-game losing streak with the 9-1 win over Linfield. The Cougars will take on number 12 UCLA in a 3-game series starting Friday in Pullman. And who could forget this moment right here? Seattle Mariners catcher Cal Raleigh hit a walk-off home run to send Seattle to the playoffs, ending a 21-year postseason drought last season. Now, the Mariners are hoping to capture some of that magic again. Seattle will take on the Cleveland Guardians on opening day tomorrow. First pitch is set for 7:10 p.m. at T-Mobile Park in Seattle. Of course, we'll have coverage of that right here on 4 News Now. We'll be right back.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
Good news. No matter what you choose, you save. Carl's Jr.'s all-day 2 for $5 deal lets you pick 2 tasty items, like our savory cheeseburger, spicy chicken sandwich, chicken stars, or French toast dips for just $5. Only at Carl's Jr.
Do you miss those 2020 stimulus checks you received and wish you had some extra money for some new furniture?
Well, at Walker's Furniture, we want to help you out. Boost your savings and get big discounts store-wide with your Walker's Furniture stimulus check. Just visit a Walker's store near you or download your checks online and cash in on the savings. Plus, with no money down, no minimum purchase, and special 5 years financing.
You can get that new furniture you've been wanting and save your cash this week at Walker's.
When I'm with you, when I'm with you.
You're pregnant. You're gonna be one hell of a dad. I learned from the very best.
A Million Little Things, the farewell season, tonight on ABC.
There's a new tax refund called the Working Families Tax Credit from the Washington State Department of Revenue. Those who qualify could get up to $1,200 back. Visit workingfamiliescredit.wa.gov.
Are you waking up in the morning with a sore jaw, headaches, maybe even ringing in your ears, all because you're grinding and clenching your teeth at night? That's exactly what was going on with me. I end up going to a dentist and he wants to charge over $600 for a night guard. That's when I found this, the Brooks Night Guard. This was a game changer. It's smaller than other night guards that I tried, which is a good thing because it doesn't make me gag. It could fit on the top or the bottom of the teeth. It's lightweight and super comfortable. Now the Brooks Night Guard redirects the bite force away from the back teeth, reducing jaw pain while still protecting the teeth. This unique design is what makes Brooks Night Guard different from all other traditional grind guards. Go to brooksnightguard.com and order yours today. Your teeth will thank you for it in the morning.
Go to brooksnightguard.com and use the promo code to activate your special TV offer. That's brooksnightguard.com. Order today and take advantage of this special TV offer. Your teeth will thank you for it in the morning.
Good news. No matter what you choose, you save. Carl's Jr.'s all-day 2-for-5 deal lets you pick 2 tasty items, like our savory cheeseburger, spicy chicken sandwich, chicken stars, or French toast dips for just $5. Only at Carl's Jr.
4 News Now is brought to you by Chihuahua Casino.
Download the 4 News Now app today. See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.